Well, good morning, everybody. How is everybody this lovely Monday morning? Hopefully, you are in your pajamas too and enjoying your favorite cup of coffee today. I have to say that I am so excited about this show. This is like my dream come true. It truly is. So, my name is Rev Sheryl, and this is going to be a weekly show. Now, today I don't have a guest on. And on every long weekend, I will be here on my own, probably in my pajamas too, because what's better when you go up that's just success, which is being able to relax and have a cup of coffee, isn't that success as well? So if we're going to do a show on this show, this is what I'm passionate about. It's about that world of woo. Unfortunately, I'm going to keep woo the other time. Maybe most of the time, but that's okay. I consider that an honor. So this is exploring the world of woo right here on this show. Uh, I'm going to be interviewing guests on this show whose beliefs and views have outside of the traditional and mainstream thinking. Now, I myself am an empath, and and I first realized at the age of 4 that there was something a little different about me. I didn't know what that was, but my parents were able to figure that out themselves. So what they ended up doing was taking me to a child psychologist. Now imagine an empath, a child psychologist. It was a pretty interesting blend, I can tell you. What came out of that was the psychiatrist said, oh, she has a very high IQ, which my dad loved, and she has ADHD, which just didn't make sense because to my own parents, that was a type of mental illness. So how can you have high IQ and be mentally ill at the same time? It just didn't make sense to everybody. But nonetheless, we struggled. We got through it. My mom was beginning to realize as I was growing up that how I was feeling was based on who I was with, who I was thinking about, even what I was thinking about, because I used to not sleep just before a plane went down, for example. So there's many different things that an empath is. And an empath can be very strong in their sensing. And some are sensory when it comes to animals. Some are sensory when it comes to just people. Some are sensory when they can feel something going on in the earth, like an earthquake, and they can get that sense just before. So if you're an advanced empath, if you know and understand that you are an empath, then you are going to know that it is not you. You're going to know it's something outside of yourself. I want to give you an example of last Thanksgiving. I've been to many different people, to see many different people over Thanksgiving. And I wanted a turkey on my own though. I wanted my own little turkey. So I invited my son over, he was available. I went and got this turkey. While I was walking around in Walmart to get turkey and all this other stuff, I thought, oh, just an emotional feeling. It's like I wanted to break down and just sob. Now, I was fine just seconds ago, so it didn't make sense to me. And you see, this is what empaths are needing to learn. And I had to learn that. I had to learn, okay, this isn't making sense to me. So then I was able to take that and understand that it wasn't me. But when the empaths are growing up, when I was growing up, I didn't realize that. I felt everything very keenly. And so, but it took time. And there wasn't anybody who really understood that. That was pretty easy to do. I knew things that my parents didn't tell me about. I would just know. I would know where things were that they hid. I would know what was going on in my family when they didn't tell me about things. I could feel very deeply when there was trouble in my family as well. And then, so there was, I would like to say that mental illness, that was not funny, it walks through my family, getting to know each and every individual. On a personal basis. You could say I've had a lot of fun in learning. What I did though is once I realized while I was in Walmart and shopping, what I realized is that I just needed to send healing. And that's what empaths are supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be sending healing. As soon as you get that healing, you need to be sending healing out into the world. And we're waking up to the morning because something is going on and we can't explain it. We need to be sending out that healing. This is what empaths are supposed to be doing. But I would like to explore other things too. I have somebody who's coming online who's advanced here. I have somebody who's coming online who is going to be, they do the light language. So it's inaudible to most people, but it's so beautiful. It's a language that speaks directly to your soul. I have mediums that are coming on board, other psychics, all kinds of really, really wonderful things. So, you know, when you think about when you think about all the different people out there with all these different gifts, in the past we have been told that we are mentally ill. We've been told that we live in the land of woo. And now what's happening is there's so many people out there that are different. They're uniquely different. And so this is a platform for them to be able to explain what they do. That some people are maybe not too accepting of. And that's okay. I'm not asking anybody to change their belief systems. I'm not asking anybody to immediately believe in what I'm showing here. But it's an opportunity for you to explore, isn't it? For you to gain knowledge about a particular thing. Like, we're born this way. We don't become this way. We are already this. It's my belief that God is giving us gifts that we're supposed to use in this world. They are not evil. They are not tools of the devil. They are something that we are born with. So we learn things along the way. I'm a story. Over 35 years. I'm a mother of old people. Holy cow. So when you think about it in those terms, you can imagine that when I was reading tarot, it wasn't considered mainstream. And now everybody's reading tarot and oracles. It's just wonderful to see. So all these people that are coming on are also along. I think this is great. And there will be opportunities for you to experience what light feels. That's only God. So here we are today, and knowing that every one of us are on a spiritual journey, each and every one of us. And this is an opportunity for us to embrace different beliefs, embrace different people, and celebrate our unique differences. Well, so many of us have felt a connection with a higher power. Call it whatever you want. Or whatever is above and beyond us, and within us as well. So even though we're going forward with really something new and exploring together all those possibilities, I want you to understand, and I want you to be amazed, and I want you to be challenged by what's being presented here. Now, I'm still going to be doing readings today, and on every long weekend like this, Who knows, I may still show up in my pajamas, my favorite cup of coffee. And today on my mug it says, "You did not wake up to be mediocre." And I believe that. None of us woke up to be. When we are doing the show, I will get around to the comments, and I promise you that we. I think I just put a message. I hope everybody is doing this. I hope everybody is seeing this. Let me know if there's a problem. I think people are coming online and they're telling me that they're getting it. Is there anybody who's not getting this? Okay, so just refresh. So if you're not receiving this, just refresh, okay? And you can start seeing it. Although if you're not able to see this, I guess it's kind of hard to follow the instructions, isn't it? Now, I would just absolutely love to continue and do what I've always done. Now, what I'm also going to do is, at the end of the show, I would like to take a few minutes, and I would also like to set the tone for the week. Okay? I will pull 3 cards, and we'll set the tone for the week. And I'll do that every single week. We'll set the tone. Okay? That'll give you something to think about. Always, always. And I can tell you that, and also, from the list of comments from the people who have commented on the show, I'm going to be doing a free 15-minute reading. My next show, I will announce who that is, and you will have contact information. Just so you know that. Okay? That would be so wonderful. And also, if there's something that you would like to know about, like maybe you want to know about ETs, maybe you want to know what, meet people and talk about extraterrestrials, who knows? Maybe you might even want to talk about, we'll have shamans, we'll have all kinds of wonderful people. And with no further ado here, I am going to move on into the reading part of things. And so I am going to take my very first the sound quality. Now, I'm not sure, do I sound like a chipmunk? Okay, refresh the screen. Refresh the screen and see what happens. Screen. Issues here that need to be worked out, and leading my meeting. I really want to thank so much. I want to thank all the people who supported me to get me here. It's just amazing. Amaka, you've just done an amazing how and when is the best time to present it. So Amaka Dindu, I have to say a blessing. So the very first card I'm going to pull is I would like to pull a card for Amaka. And because I just love her for no other reason. Monica, I have to say emotion, about celebrating. So this is about the beginning. The beginning, celebrating, uh, celebrating you, my dear. Maybe you could. Now, I understand that there's many people are going um, themselves. If you believe in yourself, that if you focus on yourself, then you're being egotistical, and it's not. Self-love is a responsibility. Are you aware that if you're other people, and I love that person, although that's part of it, it's understanding. All right, I need to speak closer to the computer. That's what the problem is. All right, hopefully we're better. Hopefully this is way better. All right, so Amaka, and again, thank you, my dear, for being here with me through the Jamaica. Okay, the next one I'd like to pull a card for would be my dear friend Jessica. Jess, how are you? How are you doing way back east again, back in Newfoundland? Uh, and I would like to pull a card for you. Not? I'm pretty sure you have this section of the Six of Crystals. This is a this is a reminder to open your believe in the idea that these no more worrying about your money problems. No more worrying about that. Get your head out of that and onto the idea that the universe has your back. Right? Source is always the provider, and it's not people. You may end up with a with money or something like that, or the source that provides for you. So keep that in mind, okay? I'll leave that with you, my darling. Yes, I will. All right. And next we have Janice. Hi, Janice. I'm just so happy that you joined us this morning as well. Um, you are next on my list. Oh, my darling. Okay. Now, I love this card. Now, a lot of people, when they see what it could mean is it's not just about things. It's not about that. Janice, this is about looking at things from another perspective. Perhaps you need eyes, new eyes, my dear. And things don't always go as fast as you think they try to push it. When we try to, so if I were you, look at things through new eyes, just from another perspective. Okay? Take a deep breath. You cannot turn a corner going 100, you cannot, you'll crash, okay? So just relax, just relax. Okay, all right. So I am closer to the microphone. I was told to get a little closer, and hopefully that has cleared up the issue for some people. And understand that not always is our sound and your sound going to be compatible. Okay, it's not. So it may be a bit of a struggle here. All right, Adette, I'm hoping you tell us and what being an empath. I get a feeling that you do pick up on other people's feelings. You pick up on other people's stuff, and you're always constantly trying to duck. You're always trying to get out of the way. So this card, just don't come surfboard. So when you feel a bit overwhelmed, just know that you're on a surfboard. Take that surfboard and get on it and just ride the wave. Also, when you get feeling too deeply, if you were feeling fine, just half an hour, if you were figure out who this is, also send healing on them to people. And that is all you need to do. So that is what you do. And remember to heal with you. Heal yourself as well. So if you need to put a big fluffy pink pillow in your heart and see it that way as healing, do that, okay? So I hope you heard this, Adette. Oh my goodness, Paige, this is my lovely daughter. And I am so happy that you made it here. And I am honored as well. So thank you for coming on. Look at you go. This is the Eight of Crystals. Now, there's traditional decks, and they're talking about all kinds of things. Just one good idea, and run with that. Now you are a very talented person. I know this. You're very gifted artistically and in many different ways. So this is doing just one thing. Doing too many things can be a little overwhelming, but not to worry because whatever it is you choose, you're going to do very well at. You will. So um, trust your mother. So much. I'm so happy you came. All right. Here's a card for summer. So look at you. Look at you go. You're bright. You're just a spark of light for people. You are an absolute delight for people. And and you're just nonstop, my dear, nonstop. It's just go, go, go. I love that. I think if we had even half your energy, it would just be something else, right? But also understand that your mind works in ways that attract abundance. And so whatever is going to have fun with it and try everything. And this just try everything. And if you love it, that's fantastic. If you don't, that's fantastic. All of then there's something wrong with you. You were bored. So it's really awesome to try so many different things. I'm glad to see that you are. So you keep, ah, now let's see. I have more people. This is wonderful. Thank you for coming, all of you. Uh, now, I know that down here, all right, Shelley, this card is for you, my dear. This is the Sage of Orbs. And sometimes the truth is, and what that is, and for yourself. You, you feel without anger. You need to be able to say how you feel without all the angst behind it. So, and if you need to say, you say what needs to be said in the kindest, gentlest way, because that's going to make you feel better too. You cannot save everybody. Shelley, I know you are. Is that if we say something and it upsets somebody else, we feel it. We're afraid of. So don't be afraid of that. Do not be afraid of that. Just see it as that's them, that belongs to them. It just belongs to them. Okay? Say, but you do need to take a stand for yourself. Remember what I said about self love, about being responsible to yourself and to others. Because if you're not speaking your truth, don't think that others aren't feeling it. Others are. It's just put your being. And Shelley, you have such a big heart. I know you're going to find the right words. You're not going to say anything that's intentionally going to hurt anybody. And I don't think many of us really want to do that. And sometimes we feel that is the only recourse we have. But that's okay. All right. Now this is for my good friend Cheryl. And now with indigo kids, now normally with indigo kids, they're going to, well, when they learn it, This is a indigo, believe that about yourself. And if all that energy coming through you from source, and that brings it to you. And that's what brings source. Okay? And remember that when the more you open up, when we approach spirit, we'll often go to spirit with an 8-ounce cup. And you really need to be going to spirit with maybe, I don't know, a bathtub, a bucket, something way bigger. So open yourself up more, okay? That is your job. To open yourself up more and receive that in your wonderful, beautiful hands. And now here I am. I am going to the next person. Okay. Now I'm hoping we get into, there you are. I haven't heard from you in just forever, it seems. We keep talking about things. So I'm glad to see you. This is meant to be between two people, and it's loving. It's about relationship. Chalices is always about the feelings, and the two is about your connection and how you make those things happen. Okay, your relationship, or maybe there's a new one coming, Jane. I'm not sure where you're at with things that in regards to relationship, the best one you can have is with yourself. And you can't go wrong with that. When you love and you're looking back in the mirror and you're seeing a person that you really care about, a person, and just go through and make sure that you are doing all that. Okay, make sure that you and in all perfect. And I can tell you that we are perfect in our imperfection, as they say. And so accept these things. Know that it's good enough. We're not all, we can't do everything and we can't be everything. Leave that with you, Jaylene. And why drink something that's mediocre? Okay. Do you know, I was thinking, yeah, okay. I apologize that there's a lot of trouble hearing. There seems to be some people are coming through just fine, and then others aren't. So I don't know if it's the link. I don't know if it's that our computers aren't talking to each other very well. I apologize for any of the by being closer here that you can hear better. I hope maybe that's what it is. Now, I am also want to apologize for sending out a message on Messenger. I don't know about you. I didn't realize that this is what would happen, but my phone was dinging and dinging and dinging. And I apologize because I didn't realize like that. So what I would ask Monday, maybe both, and you'll be able to just click on the link and come on in, okay? And I promise I won't send out invites on Messenger ever again. Not in a group like that. That's for sure. Okay. Now, who have we got here? All right. I am on top. Okay. Well, I hope everybody is really enjoying their weekend. Hopefully, but I really think uh, the weather has just been phenomenal, and we're fine. But I'm really happy about that. Now, all right. I am going to pull a card for Vera. Well, look at you go, Vera. Now, Vera all the time. And she's a minister. This is who I go to. If I want a reading, I will go to Vera. She's my best friend, and and I can tell you, she is just going great guns. Vera, right? It implodes. So this is saying that your spiritual journey is probably the most important journey you have ever been on. Now that you've embarked on that, now that you've done that, how wonderful for you. And so keep up the good, phenomenal job. You know what? I have a feeling, oh, great. I have a feeling that one of the reasons the sound has been that should be better. I think that would be better. Because for some reason, the microphone seems to be underneath the laptop, which is a little on the strange side, but that's okay. So hopefully you're hearing us better. Okay. Uh, Now, Brian, here is your card. Ooh, Luna. This has many, many. Luna, this is about the ebb and flow. This is about the ebb and flow. What pulls you? What is it that, as we know, the moon tides on the earth, and because we're mostly water, it's also going to have a pull on our own physical bodies. So looking, and also it's understanding that with the moon, we only ever see one side of it. We don't see both sides. There's a dark side and a light side. We only ever see the light side. You are, understand that, on it or not. Sometimes we need to and allow whatever it is to come to the surface. And so if we ask for clarification, if we ask and see what comes up and trust. So know that we are always focusing. Know that we are always creating. And just allow yourself to gently bring things to the surface and have a look at those, okay? So I will leave that message with you, my darling. Okay. Now, let's see. Who have we got next? I am going to now pull a card for Karen. Ooh, look at the same as Paige got. You know, Karen, if you were to take your some of your ideas, might be struggling a little bit with money, but there's things that you can do that you love that will create more money for you, and allow that to come to you that you enjoy doing, and give you to explore some of the things you allow things to just come into focus. Allow things to come in and out. Don't stop dreaming, okay? Don't. And continue to dream because dreaming is why we're all here. We have dreamed ourselves into existence. Everything that was ever created in the world started as a dream. And and know that dreams are really true. I'm a perfect example of that. A very perfect example of that. All right. Now, if you are for your own reading, if you would like a full reading, you could contact me on MBS links. That's M as in mother, B as in a little b, S as in snake. So MBS links. And you will go to, it'll bring you, or type in tarot, and it'll take you directly to my page. On that page, If you scroll down on it, it will show you my list of services there. And on the right part side of the page, when you scroll down, you will also be able to see, get a hold of me through my email. I believe, but it should be. Also get a hold of me on Rev Sheryl. You can get a hold of me on my page. Leave your name, and I can private message you or get a hold of you in some way. Okay, so those are the two ways that you can get a hold of me. Excuse me. You can also it also has my 101@gmail.com. So you can also get a hold of me that way. Very happy that you are all here to support me today. Again, this is my first live broadcast. I will be going live every single Monday. Next Monday, I will have a guest on. Her name is Woman, and she is what some people would call a death doula. She helps people cross over to the other side, not through suicide, but rather from the emotional aspect. And she will help families, and she helps people. And after the interview that we do today, and you're welcome to get some readings as well. And again, leave your name in the comment section, and there will be. Um, I was also going to pick. Okay, Rhonda. I'm sorry. It's so confusing when things come up and it's distracted. Remember, ADHD. Um, so what was I talking about? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll get back to it. And Wanda, that's right. So please tune in next week, and it'll just be fun. We'll learn more about what about death and becoming more comfortable with that. That could be considered a little woo-woo, don't you think? Tracy Horseman here. Now she's going to be a regular on my show, and she is absolutely an amazing medium as well. But that's all she does. Mostly, that's what her work is. She's been both sides. One on that side, on the so it was Storm Song will be joining us on the final show in August. Is a storyteller. She is works with her shaman roots. She works with her native roots. She's well known in Calgary. Everybody in Calgary knows who she is because she works with so many people in many different groups. So please, by all means. So Rhonda, I'm going to pull this card for you. Let's just do it anyways. Okay, my dear. If you're watching, this is the Chariot. Now the Chariot has many, many meanings, and I and it's they're really good meaning. It just takes the reins in understanding that you don't have to be pulled by forces. You have the control to make choices and decisions, and you're the one that holds the reins. If you let that go, wild horses can pull you right off the cliff, and down you go with it. But if you're lead them and steer them to wherever you need to go. It could also mean a move, but I don't know. Just know that just keep the reins. Don't let go of the reins and don't give them to anybody else. You're the one in control of your life. You're the one in control of where these horses go. Thank you for coming on board. Now, it won't be long. I'm going to be running out of time here. Again, if there's anything that you would personally like to see, by all means, email me, leave me a message on MBX links, and you have something that you want to offer, then just send me contact me, and we can have a chat. And I will call you, and I will talk to you about what your specialty is and where that woo-woo is and how it has affected and impacted you in your life. There's always a story. Whoever we sit next to, that's our story. They have a story inside them that will inspire us, that we can connect with. Everybody has a story, and I really believe that. I believe that we really need to respect that about other people. Okay? And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be having my guests here. So we're going to call this a day. I am extremely grateful for all of you who have shown up here. I hope I haven't missed anybody. If I have, please forgive me. And yeah, I read for Shelley, my dear. I did. Now, I'm not sure how to get back there. My phone decided that it was going to. Technology, I'm telling you. What's wrong with that? Okay, I'm picking. And then I'm going to pick 3 cards for the week. Okay, for you, Aaron, the Tower. Now, most people, when they see that card, they're always going, oh my gosh, what? That looks terrible. That looks terrible. The pretty cards we want. And those are great. And they show where our progress is. But guess what? The Tower really challenges us. And it challenges the way to know that sometimes things cannot change unless they crumble, crumbling. in order for new things to be built on you. You can have a totally new foundation if you choose to do that. But understand that that lightning bolt, and this is what we can hope for. This is true enlightenment. And take a step into it without knowing. You don't have to know where you're going. Then, and because if you're not, you're moving backwards. There is no such thing as standing still. You cannot. So just remember that. Okay. So Aaron, I'm really happy that you got this card because that means changes are afoot, and they are good changes, positive changes. Change is always good, even if while you're going through it, it doesn't feel like it. Change is always good. All right. So Aaron, many blessings on your journey, my dear. Uh, and it feels to me like you're just going to come out of this all right. You're going to be just fine. Okay, so now I'm going to pull the 3 cards for the week. Okay, now this is really awesome. We've got the 7 of Flames. I could be talking a little bit about that. Now we've got the 2 of Swords, and this is talking about information. This is a blessing in regards to information. And now we've got this. This is about mastery. This is about standing in your own power. So when we know that the 7 of Flames, it's about ideas, it's about passion. So get passionate. You know, elevate yourself. I know many of us just sit on our laurels, or we just don't move forward. For some reason, people have talked us out of it. People say that's not a good idea. We might be fighting with our own egos, like who do I think I am that I can actually accomplish that? Well, if we all thought that, none of us would get anything done. Nothing would ever get done. So this week, think about what your challenges are that you need to overcome. What are those obstacles that are in the way? What is that thought that's keeping you, what is that constant thought that's keeping you stuck? Allow yourself to rise above those challenges. Don't worry about the obstacles. Talk to people who are in the field, resources out there now. This is the help. And it's about taking that information and then let's take some time with it. Let's balance it. Let's chew on it a little. Let's water that plant a little bit. We planted the seed, so now it's time to water that. And it's time to keep it fun. Because if you're not having fun, then you need to ask why you're doing it. So take a moment to know who you are and be good with that.
tell you that you're not good enough. But I'm here to tell you that you are. Each and every one of you are good enough. Okay? That is your message for the week. Think about these things. Next week,